Are you still using scissors to cut your planner stickers? If so, I have some different cutting options for you, so stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Cecilia and this is Creatively Gracious. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I wanted to share with you guys some ideas on cutting planner stickers. And I know there are a lot of different options. Like a lot of people have the cutting machines, Cricuts, and the silhouettes. I actually have a Cricut myself, but there are times that I find that I'm not able to cut particular stickers in with my Cricut because I haven't gone through that learning process yet. So it brought me to this idea to share some ways to cut your planning stickers, and I wanted to share them with you. So before we get into the cutting process of these stickers here that I printed, I wanted to share a couple options for you. So the first option, of course, is going to be your scissors. This is going to be one of the old school ways to cut stickers. We all used them, I'm sure, at some point in our lives. The second option is going to be your cutting machines like Cricuts and your silhouettes. I actually have a Cricut myself, but I don't use it all the time, and I'll kind of explain that as I go forward. And then the next option are some cutting tools. There are a couple of cutting tools, and I have one of them, but there is a cutting tool online called the Gyro Cut. That's a really good one. I've seen people use that one, but I also have one that I picked up at Michael's some time ago, and I'm barely putting it into use, is this Fiskars. Let me put this here so you can see it. It's the Fiskars Fingertip Swivel Knife, and I've been using this. This is $6.99 at Michael's, and it runs about $7-8 on Amazon, but you might be able to get it cheaper with coupons when they have discounts. The Gyro Cut, the one that I don't have, that's the cutting tool. It runs about 16 bucks on Amazon. So that's the other option. I'll put a picture of the Gyro Cut in the video, but this is the one I'm going to be using today. So I wanted to share how I use this because I haven't used it too much, but I've just gotten in the habit of using it more, and it's been working great for me. So I wanted to share that. Just in case you haven't tried these tools to cut these types of stickers, I wanted to share it and show you how easy it can be. So I do have my cutting mat here. This is a cutting mat from Dollar Tree. And I put together these stickers on Canva, and I printed them out on sticker paper already. So they do have sticker paper. So I'm going to show you here. So this, let's see if you can see it. I don't know. Let me turn this around. Maybe you can see it better. This has a little blade. It's a slanted blade. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the blade is going in the direction of the way you're going to cut. So now I just fixed that. And you also want to tend to use the tip of the blade. I found if you use the tip of the blade, it's a lot easier to cut. Let's go ahead and get started here. And I'm going to start over on this side. And you want to put enough pressure where it cuts through the paper, but not the backing. So that's going to be the thing that you may have to practice a little to learn, but it works great once you get it. And you can kind of tell once you get used to it, you can kind of tell the pressure that you're going to need. Another thing I wanted to mention, for me, the easiest thing to do is to turn the paper as opposed to turning my hand. So if you see here, I'm just kind of turning the paper back and forth. And I'm not getting too close to it. I should have probably got a little closer there. But you can just turn the paper back and forth. And that makes the cutting process a lot easier than turning the knife. I mean, you can turn the swivel knife, and it does swivel easy. But I like to do it where I turn the paper. For me, that's just easier. So I just wanted to share that idea with you too. So you see here, I'm cutting and cutting, and there may be times that you don't cut far enough, and that's okay. You just have to go through and cut it over it just a little bit more. And then there's going to be times that you're going to cut all the way through, and that's another thing that you just kind of will learn to do to get better at as you go along. So the cutting mat underneath is from Dollar Tree, but you might have one laying around in your craft room. If you don't, the Dollar Tree has these cutting mats all the time, and they are perfect for this because you just put it underneath and then you just go right around. So see, you see how I turned that? So you can see here, so there it is. Right here I need to go over a little bit more, or you can just take the swivel knife and just cut it there. See, and it just lifts up. So that is an easy way to cut your stickers. I wanted to mention too, let's talk about why this is beneficial to you. Because one, it does, once you get in a good habit of it, this process is going to go really fast. And as we all know, if you're cutting stickers with scissors, you cut all the way around it. You have the extra paper here. It kind of creates a mess, and then you have to peel it off the backing, which sometimes can be hard depending on the sticker paper you have. So using a tool like this is just a more convenient way because, like I said, you don't have that messy cleanup and you don't have trouble peeling it off the backing, at least not if you cut it right. And then also, usually when I was cutting them with scissors, I'd have to take them, cut them, take them off the backing, and then put them onto something else. So I would put them in a sticker book and then use them that way. But since I've been using this, I've just been cutting around them, and I can leave them as is and then use them when I need to plan. So those are some really good reasons why using a cutting tool is much more efficient. Plus, when you're using a tool like this, you get a closer kiss cut, or what do you call it? An offset. Your offset is what you make it. So the white area around the sticker is usually called an offset or a kiss cut. And so you can get as close as you want with this little swivel knife or any of the cutting tools, as opposed to with the scissors. You have to be really careful, and you have to make sure you don't cut the sticker. Well, you do have to be careful with that too, but you get a closer kiss cut or a closer offset when you use these tools. So that makes it a lot easier as well. So I just wanted to kind of share that idea. I'm going to cut another one here so you can see it, but let me take this off so you can see. Look at how easy that is. It just comes straight off. And like I mentioned, this little tool, I've had it for some years and I hadn't used it, but there were some stickers that I tried printing on my Cricut, and they had both florals and quotes. And for some reason, I'm not able to cut the quotes properly. And that's what got me to using this little tool again. And I need to figure out, I'm sure there's a way to, like this one, I didn't go that deep, so I need to redo that. I'm sure there's a way to cut the quotes in there, but I haven't figured it out, and I have the basic plan with Cricut, so maybe I need to upgrade to be able to do that. But I didn't want to do that right now, so I pulled out this little tool, and I've been using it, and it's been working great. So I thought I would just share that with you guys. So if you wanted to do something like this, where you want to cut the stickers this way as opposed to with the scissors, and you didn't have a cutting machine, then this is a great way to cut stickers out. And it just takes a little getting used to, but once you get a hang of it, it's going to go so fast. And I know the first stickers that I cut, they weren't the best, but I knew that if I kept practicing at it, it was going to work better for me. And sure enough, just by doing that simple thing of moving the paper instead of my hand has worked so much better. So try that out. If you do decide to do this, try the tip of moving the paper instead of the knife and see how that works for you. Or if you haven't had any luck with these type of tools, then try it again and try it with moving the paper, and I bet you would probably have more success that way. So I wanted to share this with you. I'm going to finish cutting this last one here, and then I'm going to talk about a few other things that I wanted to mention. And these florals, I wanted to show you these florals because they are kind of intricate. I mean, they're big and they have, you know, waves and cuts here and there. So that's why I wanted to show you how to cut these florals, because it can be fairly easy once you get a hang of it. So, and I know that gyro cut, I haven't tried that one, but I've seen people use it, and I think it's just as easy as this one. But I think this one's a lot cheaper. So here we go. Like some spots I may have not cut it. Oh, see, there we go. It just pulls up. And like I said, if there's just a little spot that you didn't tend to cut, just pick it up like this and put the knife under there, and it pulls it fixes it right away. So it's not a big deal. I'm not going to cut all of these. I just kind of wanted to share with you the process of cutting these. But I also wanted to let you guys know that because fall is coming up and because I created this form, not form, but stickers, that I have figured out how to add my files to a Dropbox so that those that I wanted to share with you guys, I could share. So this one is going to be added to the Dropbox, and I will put the link for the freebie of these stickers below in the description box. But I did want to mention that when I created these stickers and planned to share them with you guys, I really had my viewers and subscribers in mind, just as a way to say thank you for continually supporting the channel. You guys are always here watching the videos and commenting and liking, so I really do appreciate it. So if you do decide to share this with others, be sure to share the entire video with them so they can get the tips and tricks, and then they can also print the freebie for themselves. And another thing I wanted to mention is that because I'm sharing how to cut with these tools, this file is not set up to be printed on the Cricut. You can print it on the Cricut if you know how to create an offset in the Cricut so that you can cut around. But I did not do this for this particular file because, again, it was to show you guys how to cut stickers with these tools that I am sharing about today. So, I mean, you can convert it to a Cricut file where you can cut it, but that is not set up like that. So I just wanted to mention that as well. And as you can see, I'm still cutting away here because I still wanted you to see how this works, but it does work very good. There are going to be instances that you don't put as much pressure as other areas, and you'll have to do that like I just did. But for the most part, it is a smooth process, and it can save you a lot of time because I like to cut these stickers while I am watching TV. I will sit down and take my little cutting mat, and I will just take my cutting tool and sit down and watch TV and cut these. So that is a great time to cut your stickers when you're using these types of tools. So I'm not going to cut through all of them like I mentioned, but I will put the link for this printable in the description box below. And I hope you guys found this video useful, and I hope that it gave you different ideas on how to cut your planner stickers. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great day. And remember, stay creative, be gracious, and I will plan again with you soon.